Okay, here's the song Christmastime Is Here of Vince Guaraldi. And of course, this is a piano song, but we're adopting it for guitar. Just thought that you might be interested in knowing a cool way of playing this. And you'll see it's Vince Guaraldi did a lot of very cool things with this. So, starting off, the song's in the key of F. So we start off with this. And the way that works is that instead of the F major 7, we're hitting a D minor 7, just barring across and hitting the melody note. And then you could do an F6 9, which is just that. And you could add the F note on the bottom. Now you use your pinky to grab that melody note, so you have... Now here's where the interesting thing comes in. The next chord is an E flat with an F chord on top of it. Now it's easy to do on piano, it's not that easy on guitar, so what we're going to do is, keeping this finger here where it was before to get that melody note, play a little E flat, right? E flat bar chord. Just like a power chord, the first two, E flat and the B flat, and then bar this across like you would if you were playing an F chord. So you get, so you have this. Now the next chord is a B minor 7 flat 5, which has an A note in it. But we want that A note on top. So we're going to use a different voicing on it. We're going to use basically a G9 chord, which is the same thing as a B minor 7 flat 5. And then switch over to the regular B minor 7 flat 5 so that we could get that F note on top. And of course the B minor 7 flat 5 is just straight down like that on the 7th fret, and you grab that 5th, third, minor third here, so you have then a B flat diminished, and you're just playing that by barring the finger across on the 5th fret, and then the B flat, and the D flat on the G string. So it's, now you got it easy, just an A minor with a 7th up there, A flat 7, G minor 7, and now something cool that you do is you hit a C chord and keep that suspended, and you end off with an F major 9. So again you have and now the whole thing again. Alright, now the bridge part goes to a D flat major 7. So we're going to do the same thing we did up here for the F major 7. We're going to use the relative minor, which is B flat minor 7, and just add that note, and go back to a D flat 6 9. So it's really the same as the beginning of the song, right? So now we're going, and now you can either go back to that again, or just hit the note. So you got. Now the next chord is interesting. It is a G flat in the bottom and an A flat on top, like before we did the E flat and the F on top, but you run out of frets, so you can't really do that. So how are we going to do that? It's got to have this C note on top, right? So it's like, Now, you could break your fingers and do something like, I guess, how the heck would you do that? I had this before, right, like that, which is really uncomfortable. I mean, you got the G flat here, and you got the 7th there, and you got the C on top. Or you could cheat and hit a C7 augmented 9 chord, which is just this. Sounds funky, but it's just, that's it. And then use that 3rd finger and just grab that G flat after you hit the chord. So if anybody complains, you give them a quarter back. So it sounds like this. Alright? Still sounds cool. Now the next chord is a A-7 chord. So we're going to do it up here. This one. So it gets that A minor on top. Now, the next chord could just be another A-7, but that's not what he does, which is why it's kind of cool. He goes, now he hits an A minor, basically an A7 augmented 5, again, another 7 augmented 5, but he adds the minor 3rd on top. So you could look at it as a major minor chord, or you could look at it as a major, I guess that would be an A7 augmented 5 flatted 9th, raised 9th chord. I don't know, it sounds cool. Listen. And now we're going to do a D7. I don't know if you're familiar with that particular version of it, but you're just barring across the 7th fret and adding that C note on top. And then you go to a D9, and if you bar that 1st finger, you can flat it and get a D7 flat 9. So all together, I'll do it again. So it's... Now C minor, a G minor 7, a D flat 9, but keep your finger on the A, to a C 9th, and then if you want to be fancy about it, you could do yet another 7 augmented 5 and do it up here on the 8th fret. Hey, this is a new tablet, keeps shutting off for some reason. Anyway, so here's the whole thing. Oh, by the way, in the bridge where I said that that kind of cheat thing, was a C7 augmented 9, it's a C7 augmented 5 chord. Just like all the other weird chords on this seem to be augmented 5 chords. Here we go. you can end off going to the E flat to the F.